I do know my limit. I do know my limit.
Don't do that.
Yo. Make sure you watch the Convo vlog.
I'm going where I wanna be. It can't take time. I'm being patient. And trust me, I'm destined for greatness. Overall, I mark it the greatest. All I did was rise up, pattern and go.
Bow, back on the TPF Talks. It's me, TPF Prez, your host. To my right hand, we got Big Jonas, we got Pro Max Fitness, we got Torrent, we got Jaden, we got to my left, we got Meeks, we got David, we got Shola, and we also got Nasser as well. Make sure you put everyone's Instagram down below. It'll be in the section down below in the description. Why you went laughing? On this episode, we're talking about, do first impressions really count? Yeah. Now, in my opinion, I feel like 100%. The way you portray yourself the first time to someone will be the foreshadow of how you are for the rest of that relationship with that person. So I personally think first impressions do count.
No. When I first met Nasser, I hated this nigga, but now he's quite cool. So I'm just being honest. No, who's this guy from? Like, why is he talking so much? Like, he's the biggest group leader and that. But now, he's
GL.
Well, he realised who he was, and he had to start bowing down to his master.
Don't yourself that again. That was kind of sus. Let's pause for that. But yeah, I don't think things should change.
I feel like it just depends on the situation. For like, if you're going for a job or something, then obviously first impressions matter. But if it's something like getting with a girl, first impressions somewhat matter, yeah. But like, can you maintain that impression that you made?
That's a false impression then. If you can't maintain it, then it's a false impression.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying first impressions do matter, but it also matters after as well when it comes to relationships.
What if you go on a date and you get well drunk, like you go out for drinks, you get absolutely.
But why are you getting like that? Why are you getting like that?
Accidentally
Whole different question. One at a time.
Why are you getting that?
Say you're out on a date and then, well, not for you, this guy's buying shots. Say it's me. Shot. So you might think you're fine, and all of a sudden you're not fine. Yeah. You don't see this slow creep up that's absolutely battered happening. You're fine. You're fucked. There is no in between on that point.
As a grown up and a woman, you should be able to know your limits.
No,
you know your limits.
I do know my limit. I do know my limit.
Don't do that.
Yo. Make sure you watch the Convo vlog. Make sure you watch the Convo vlog. Yo. But guys, hey, make sure, watch the Convo vlog. Hey, I'm gonna put it literally right here somewhere. Make sure you watch the Convo vlog, like, comment, subscribe, all that thing as well. Watch the vlog. Nasser has a very, very funny moment in it as well.
Nasser clearly couldn't handle his drinks.
And you're a grown man, no? Are you a grown man?
Trying to give a girl advice. So you hush. That could happen, and yeah, I might get that level of drunk twice a year.
But I'm not gonna let you get that level of drunk if I'm on a first date with you like that. If you're getting that level of drunk, it's not
a woman. Let's about this. So you're saying that your perspective.
Leave a drunk girl
Sorry,
alone then.
you're saying your perspective as a possibility. You may get a bit too tipsy on a date. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
as a woman with decorum, yeah, and someone should have respect for it. Edit it out. You know I'm autistic, so now you're putting me on the spot. And I used to get bullied for that.
No,
You bullying autistic people, remember that?
Yeah, I'm bullying.
I have gastritis, you see.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So therefore, because that's the point of, sometimes I cannot control how alcohol affects my body. Do you get what I'm saying?
So are you going whole time?
I can drink many shots of Ray, whatever, be fine, and I can have a glass of wine and be sick.
Oh, Ray's a bit mad. Ray is.
I don't like Ray, but I can have Henny or whatever it is and be absolutely fine. But if I drink a glass of wine, I could just be, you know.
So are you going to judge someone on that?
Thank you. Or if say I hadn't eaten that day, there could be many factors that now I'm accidentally drunk. You can't judge. I think you'll be mature enough to know that maybe. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
So if you've got on really, really well all day, and then at one point in the night, she gets a bit too drunk, she starts feeling unwell, she's sick, are you then going to judge her on the part where it's gone really, really well?
Is this personal? I'm going to happen to you. No.
It's very specific. I'm gonna take you home.
Look at her. Of course it's happened to her.
Levi, have you ever seen me be sick for alcohol?
Never.
Well then.
No, but I'm gonna take you home. But after that,
I'm onto her. Nah, I can't lie.
it can't be a that. I'm gonna take you home and it can't be a that after. Like, I'm
Things
sorry.
have gone well all day. Are you gonna base me on what's gone well?
That's what I'm saying. Why are you gonna get like? Why are you gonna allow yourself to get like that?
Even when I know I'm drunk, doesn't mean that my behaviour is
then
outward.
vulnerable.
No, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I know I need to go
And
home.
then if it is, I'm gonna just take you home and
Let me have
that's
a
gonna
Let's
be
erase
that.
this alcohol business. It doesn't have to be alcohol.
Alcohol.
But well on, it's me TPF Prez obviously, and I know I'm cutting this episode a little bit short or whatever, but we've had some big changes coming and this is going to be one of the last episodes we have in the studio. Next week's episode is going to be a little bit different but still sort of the same, and I've got something big coming for when we're back in the studio. But anyway guys, I know you've not been thinking and saying to me as well, oh the mic doesn't do anything, but it actually does, and I've got the audio only version dropping next week. So from the 20th onwards, make sure you check out my socials for all the latest news on my audio only, just like it was on TPF Talks season 1. But anyway, get back to the podcast, man.
It doesn't have to be the alcohol which affects someone's first impressions. It could be nerves. Yeah. It could be you just don't like the person when you meet them. It's like you prejudge someone before meeting someone. At the end of the day, when it comes to meeting someone, first impressions does have a long-term effect of how you perceive the person in the long run. True or false? You don't think so? Why's that?
It depends how many times you meet that person.
Yeah.
So if I meet you and you give me a stish persona, I'm gonna have that first impression. No, I'm gonna hold you against that later down the line until I see that you're no longer holding that stish.
Until you see
I think that they might still have that persona, but you chose to love the other things about them.
So first impressions does have a
long
long effect.
Yeah, they still have that thing that you didn't really like at first, but you chose to ignore because the many other things that you love about them, you like it. You know what I'm saying?
First time impressions only have a long effect if you keep that same personality going on.
But that's
I don't
so
agree.
if I see you and I'm a dickhead to you, and the next time I see you I'm a dickhead to you, then you're gonna think I'm a dickhead full stop.
Yeah.
If I see you I'm a dickhead to you, then I'll come back and like, oh sorry, I was angry
If you
that day.
turn up full hair,
And then I'm cool the next time,
that's not
you're gonna think, oh wait, this guy's actually might be cool, like. So it depends on how you
So
feel.
let me ask you a question.
hear
So if you meet me, the first time you're meeting me, and I'm giving you rude answers, I'm not even giving you the time of day, I'm being very disrespectful. The next time you meet me, you're gonna give me the same warm, welcome energy.
No, it doesn't have to be the same
So
energy.
that means first impressions does have an effect.
It doesn't.
Why?
No,
I
why?
just answered my
Because
question.
it can change, that's why.
Yeah.
It
To me,
can
feelings, it
change.
doesn't
But
have
would you
to a
put
long
the same
effect.
energy? Would you see her a second time? If you're on a date, she's brutal.
There might be another situation where you see her a second time.
Can I say
But
something?
if you do see a second time, it can change. Simple as that.
No, it genuinely depends on like if you even find her attractive or not. In a way,
Wait,
you
we're
know.
not talking about that. I'm like demon time, fam. It's
One of my friends, right? One of my besties. I did not like her at first. I thought she was rude.
Yeah,
she was just. Do you get what I'm saying? Every time we was in the same friendship group, I still didn't really talk to her. Like I just had my opinion of her. Like she didn't like me either. Do you get what I'm saying? Until one day, I remember asking everyone, "Oh, who's got a free period?" And it was just, she was like, "Oh, me." I was like, "Okay." Do you know what I mean? But then when we started spending one-on-one time with each other, she's now one of my best friends. Do you get what I'm saying? It just really depends.
I get what you're saying, but I
it just
think
depends on the
Mika's right in the sense
situation.
that first person do matter. Because like going back to the date example, if you're rude to me and giving off bad vibes the first day, I'm not gonna go on the second date to find out that you're not.
100, but we were forced in a situation where we had to spend alone time with each other. Obviously, on a date you have a choice. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not gonna choose to spend money or spend time with someone that you don't like. When I was with her all the time, and then now it's just like we're not gonna be rude and be like we're not gonna sit next to each other because we're in the same friendship group. We did, and then now we're good friends. So my impression changed of her. Do you get what I mean? Like they can change.
It can always change, but you gotta remember, before the first time, you have no idea about this person. So the first time you meet someone, everything that you now encounter is now built. Is like
that's the foundation.
that's exactly what you're gonna how you're gonna feel about it, and how you're gonna take that person in. You get me? That can always change, but there's always gonna be that. This is how I built my knowledge of this person.
It'll always be in the back of your mind.
You understand what I'm trying to say? For
No,
example,
but if it's not, then
for example, like
you need to have it in the back of your mind.
I think
Just
if
in
it's a
case they do you
friend-
dirty. What happens if they do you
If
dirty?
it's a
You
friend
wouldn't
and they're
know it
real
was coming.
toxic,
Like, nah.
think of it from this perspective, like think of like, okay, forget the first impression thing for a second. Imagine you're in a relationship and it's going well, and then you're thinking, oh, like he can change or she can change. Like
but there was probably signs from earlier where you saw that that was the person that you're encountering or dealing with. Like, you need to take it at face value and what you're getting on the first impression, because there's a lot of red flags and things that you can pick up on that you think, you know what, nah, like this is, I can tell further down the line it's only going to escalate or get worse.
No, I
feel like you need to take things. Sorry, I was still speaking. Sorry, the mic is here. Sorry, I do apologise. That's fine. Anyways, I was saying.
So maybe his first impression of him was right.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
mine's right.
That was a bit.
No, first impression is interrupted. You don't interrupt someone that you don't know, really and truly. It's kind of, but anyways. But yeah, I'm just saying from that perspective, I feel like it's a case of like, you need to take things on face value and first impressions, because later down the line you'll think, like you've caught feelings, or you find that you're invested in someone and you'll find it hard to get out, and you think, if I just listened to myself earlier, or listened to my gut instinct, like, I wouldn't be in this situation. That's what I'm gonna say.
As well, yeah, you can have a first impression of someone without actually having experience with that person. As in, I could see you and have a first impression of
That's a
you,
pre-assumption.
but I still feel like that is a first
That's a
impression.
pre-assumption.
Yeah, it's not an impression.
Until they've done something, it's not an impression.
You've assumed it about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
What did I say?
Mika said a very good key point there. It's what is it? What was it again?
The definition of prejudice is when you judge someone without knowing them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it, really.
Can I just say something based on what what's your name?
That's
That's it. I knew that. Sorry. You said that go back. You should always think about that first assumption that you have that person. But when we're in relationship with people, whether it's friends or family or whatever it is, you're not gonna love every single thing about them. No one is perfect. Everyone's gonna have their flaws. So just because that is their flaw doesn't mean you should cancel them as a person. So it might just be that, okay, because I'm not friends with you, I've recognised your flaw as the first thing when I've interacted with you. Now I've seen all the good things about you. I know that's your issue, but I'm still gonna choose to love you as my friend. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think that should be like, because you didn't open the door for me when I first met you, I think you're a bit rude. You might be a bit rude, but you're also supportive. You're also there when I need you. You're also there, like, do you get what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean
there's good things. There's good with the bad.
Yeah, no one is perfect.
More
we all have our
time,
issues.
bad impressions stand out more than good impressions.
Of course, but you don't know them. Yeah.
I'll say one last thing. I think it depends on the first impression. Because you're talking about red flags, but what if my first impression of you is you're shy, you're quite quiet, you're reserved, you're anxious? That's not a bad first impression, but that's still my first impression.
Yeah.
So when you're talking red flags, if I'm being rude, I'm telling the waiter to fuck off in a restaurant, I'm looking down my nose at people, that's really going to stick with you. But I might meet you and think, oh, you're a bit shy, you could be a bit more outgoing, but that's not necessarily going to negatively impact a relationship moving forward.
Yeah.
It might make you think maybe they're not my type of person, but it's not you're an absolute twat, I'm never seeing you again. So first impressions do count to a certain extent, but it depends on that first impression.
I do agree. I actually agree with that, to be honest. So,
I was just adding to it.
That's fair enough.
But hey, this has been our opinion on the first impressions. Oh my god. This has been our opinion on the first impressions really count. But let us know what you think in the comments below. It's been me, TPF Prez, over and out. Bye.
That's a 2-3.
Swallow your pride. They won't smoke, tell them to come outside.